close out another week of learning Hachzek Musar Yomi. Again, apologies, we're a little bit late on these shiurim. But it says Rabeinu Yona on page 238 in the article Rabeinu Yona's, V'amru zechrayna levracham. The Chazal have taught us, Havi zohir b'mitzvah kala ke-mitzvah chamura. One should be careful with a small mitzvah like a large mitzvah. Why? Because we do not know the different value for different mitzvahs. We don't really know what's major, what's minor, what's a kala, what's a chamura. Says Rabeinu Yona, the Torah teaches us what should one do if he violates any of the leisases. The chulak, and it's divided aleim, ansham, their punishment, umishpatim, and their halachis, vidas, ma lasis bahem. What should we do with them, depending on the avera that they did? V'ayin shem, malchus arbayim. Sometimes there's something called malchus, 40 lashes. Misa, death, kares, bidei shamayim, that Hashem cuts him off. V'arba, misas bezdin. And on the other way, umatzas schar kula mitzvahs, leinis barish b'Torah. So on the negative, all the punishments, it spells them out. But yet the reward, it does not say. Why? So that one, it does not only do with the quote-unquote larger mitzvahs and leave the minor mitzvahs. So explains Rabeinu Yona this famous Mishnah on Avos, in that, of course, when it comes to punishments, we have to know because we have to stay away. But when it comes to positives, when it comes to mitzvahs, the different levels are not listed. Continues Rabeinu Yona, I'll tell you a mashal. Umashlai al zeh medrash in dvarim rabba. Meaning a melech hashamar lavodav l'natayah b'vardisa kol eitz nachmad. A king who tells his servants to plant in his garden, his orchard, all types of trees, and he tells them the payment he's going to get. But he doesn't tell them how much each tree they're going to get paid for. Why not? Because the king does not want his orchard to be lacking anything. Therefore, he tells him to plant many different types of trees. But of course, if the servants would have known, they would have known how much they're going to make for this tree and that tree. What would they have done? Then of course, they would go and plant the ones that they get more reward to get more payment. So you would have an orchard of just one type of very, very expensive tree. But there's no beauty in that. And the king wants a beautiful, diverse, pleasant, all different types of trees in the orchard. Says Rabeinu Yona, so too by the mitzvahs, Hashem wants to be mizaka us. Hashem wants us to be able to merit doing all the mitzvahs. So we can have an inherit and we can get the next world. And all the mitzvahs, the door will be a grace upon her head. For when their malach is complete, the reward will be complete. Haliyadata, says Rabeinu Yona, teaches Gemara Avodah Zarah. If you only learn Taimer, like you don't have a God. What does that mean? But still, you need to have all the mitzvahs. And finally, he says, and don't be worried. Maybe one's going to say, is that fair? I might end up just doing lots of small mitzvahs. Says Rabeinu Yona, no, the reward for even the smallest of mitzvahs is gadol v'haflei, great and wondrous. You can't measure and count. Look at Shluach HaKan. There's no bother, you don't spend money, and yet, never love them. You get long life. And there's no small mitzvah that even Tlias HaMesim gets. You got a richas yom on this world, and ma'yitav l'cha in the next world. Excuse me, the opposite. Ma'yitav l'cha the world that's entirely good. In a world that is entirely long, referring to Olam Haba. So not just long life in this world, it gives you Olam Haba. My mitzvahs kala, she b'cheisr amr Torah kach. Now, if a small mitzvah, it's so minor, and that the loss doesn't even involve an isra, a small coin, mitzvah chamurais, alachas kama v'kama. That is the reward of all the mitzvahs.